Welcome to the AFoOL podcast. This is episode 11, and tonight we're going to ask the question, was 1969 the first year of LEGO ideas? And if everything's coming your way, does it mean you're in the wrong lane?
What's up, guys? It's Mardi Gras Man 23, and we're here on Joey from Brick Trains' channel. We're again for another episode of the AFoOL podcast. I can't even keep count because we've done so many of them. Over here next to me this time, not above me, is Jaabo from Bricksar.
Oh.
And up in the corner up there is David Davis, all the way from Kentucky to Chicago. He is the first LEGO Ideas creator. So we're going to talk with him today.
Welcome back, everybody. Glad to have everybody.
So I did a video about the puppet a few years back, and David discovered it. And
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And so I get this email from him and saying his story about how this set came about and how he won a contest that got to go to. Did you go to Colorado? And
went to Colorado? Yes.
Yeah. So I was thrilled because this is the AFoOL podcast. We are fans of old LEGO, and this is one of the originals and the first LEGO set that was inspired by a fan.
And it was like, I think it was the first promotional set that they gave away, like on anything like Life cereal or Velveeta cheese or wherever they gave stuff away. And I didn't know that until just recently.
Yeah,
so that was news to me.
Yes. So tell us, how did this come about? That you got this it was a really great opportunity for a kid back in 1969.
I started with getting a set of LEGO for Christmas, and it was a small set. My mom, Santa Claus, got for me, and I used to pedal my bicycle over to Tilfords Toy Shop because they retailed LEGO in Owensboro. It's the only place you could really find it, and they had components and the boxes, and they had an entry blank for a make a model contest. And so I grabbed a couple of the entry blanks and entered the contest and used like pretty much all my LEGO plus some yellow spray paint to make sure I had enough yellow blocks, and completely forgot about entering the contest until I got the letter. And I almost didn't get the letter because my older brother did not think an 11-year-old would get any important mail. He thought it was junk mail, so he threw it away.
Oh.
And I happened to be looking in the mailboxes and down at the trash can. I went, well, that's got my name on it and red, white, and blue stripes around. That's like airmail. What? That's for me. Who put that in the trash? And then I opened it up, and this letter was in it.
Wow.
And they told me I had won first prize, and I was very excited. My mom was in New York at the time because she had a dress shop. So she was at market getting spring fashions and stuff, and we had to call her and tell her what was going on, and she couldn't believe it.
Wow.
We had to borrow the camera to take the picture.
Oh, you did for the submission?
Yeah. I had to borrow my mom's coworker, her business partner had a Polaroid camera, and I waited too long to the deadline, and I needed a Polaroid shot because I really needed to get it in the mail.
So this letter, this is on
Samsonite letterhead.
This is like one of one. There's nobody else has this letter in the world.
And I still have the original.
Yeah, so it's just I really appreciate you reaching out to us for us just to be able to see this. It made my day, and I know Joey and Earl, we like this kind of stuff.
It's just phenomenal to see what's happened with LEGO over the years. I mean, there's no other toy that has this kind of history that LEGO has. I mean, just they beat every other toy in the world, I think, because there's just nothing that can compare to it.
Well, it's ageless. It's ageless.
It exactly is. I mean, I know a lot of people, and everybody I know, everybody had Lego. I mean,
Really?
my next door neighbors as a kid had Lego. I used to go over to Davy Mudd's house and we would play with Lego. So, I mean, it's just what you did.
So tell us about this picture.
All right. This is in my parents' living room, the house where I grew up in. And this was, I feel like the contest, the entry was like in January or February, sometime like that. It was in winter months. And so I forgot to tuck my shirt in. And that's my mom's antique ladies chair she had. And so I just, I'll pose it right here. And they took the picture. And I took two of them. And I kept one and sent one in. And she actually got a cat to match that chair so she wouldn't have to worry about the fur. Well, you know, it's a designer thing, I guess.
I have a cat. I understand.
So, yes. So, yeah, that was, I made that. And then again, that was a lot of my Lego right there. And so, of course, it came apart.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Soon after this picture. I think I may have kept it together for 2 weeks and then I completely forgot about the contest.
Yeah.
I mean, it was completely out of my mind. I was an 11-year-old. I had other things to do. So
when you won the contest, you won the tour of the Samsonite.
Yes, we got a 1-week vacation to a dude ranch. This is it was fascinating because, I mean, it's injection molding. You see the sprues, the plastic pellets. I have some plastic pellets someplace. I haven't found them yet, but my mom saved them. I've got some red ones. But you walk through the factory and this machine was spitting out brown handles for suitcases, and this machine was spitting out red 2x4 Lego blocks. And so it was like, wow. And then you walk by this room, and this guy and about 4 or 5 other people are in that room playing with Lego for the job. Okay. I'm 11 going, this is your job. This is really cool.
So you got to pull back the curtain. I don't think even today they don't really show those machines and the injection molds and all that stuff, do they?
So I've never seen a picture of it anywhere. Only just what's in my head from going there. But yeah, it was. I don't know if there's. I don't think they have any pictures of me in the factory. I mean, just this shot is in the factory. This one.
Are these pictures of you there? Did they take those?
They took these. There's even a letter saying we finally got the pictures together. Here they are. They sent them to my dad and mom, and of course they sent them. We moved right before this trip into the first house my parents had, and so we moved into the house. We were there 10 days, and then we left to go to Colorado. So, and then of course they loaded us up. They loaded us up with Lego. I thought I was just the best.
Yeah,
so cool.
Yeah, I was drooling over the picture of the sets that they gave you as part of the prize.
Yeah.
I didn't share that picture with you, did I, Joey?
Here, this one right here.
There you go.
Hang on,
yeah, you did. I think you shared. Yeah, you shared that one.
The front of the building got Lego blocks on it, which was
okay.
It's really, really 60s looking. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Now I remember the color of my shirt. It was green and kind of an ochre yellow and white. My brother's shirt was blue.
Now, did you and your brother get different sets, or did you each?
We got some of the same. We got I got a blue train set, and my younger brother got the deluxe train set. But I think we both got the deluxe train set. Yes, I see that. And I actually have 2 of them out here. And my brother got the blue one. But over the years, I traded them all out of the Lego. It's all mine now. Now, this was my first trip to Chicago, and that is when we're in the airport at O'Hare for the first time. they're giving us the $100 spending money. Now,
Wow.
those shirts were all light blue. Drew had long white pants, but my brother Dawson and I had white shorts on because my mother dressed us. My father was blind, so it was better that he dressed us. And we had matching neckerchiefs on, so. And our names were embroidered on the pockets. So my name was on the shirt. Dawson's name was on the shirt. So.
Your mom had y'all looking good there for you.
She had us looking good, yes. If it was up to my dad, it would have been a disaster. So
I think that time period, people still made an effort to dress nicely when.
You dressed to go to the airport. You dressed to go to the theater. Yeah, you dressed to go to Sunday dinner. Yeah. So it was a different time.
Yeah.
So this was in the Denver Post, right? This was a article that Samsonite put out about you winning.
They did. They ran it in the Sunday magazine section, and I've got like 5 copies of that. I'm telling you, my mom saved everything.
She was smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is that puppet you're posing with? Is that yours, or is that the ones that the?
No, that is the actual. They took that. Now this picture that you see there was taken at a photo studio in Owensboro, and so that is the original Dan the Dancing Man. That's him. And I think if you look up at the part that works,
I got that picture. Hang on. Okay, let me get that there. That one.
Yeah. Now zoom in, and can you zoom in on it?
Sure.
The top piece where all the strings go.
Yeah. Oh,
this part here.
Yeah.
That's not Lego.
Oh.
I actually, what gave me the idea was I got along with the Lego set for Christmas, I got a paper mache marionette make it yourself kit.
Okay.
So I made a marionette out of paper mache, and I thought, I'm making one out of Lego. I won't have to wait for it to dry. And that's kind of how it started. I swapped out that part. I used Lego at the top, but they also made it was Lego pieces. I could have made it out of Lego pieces, but this was already ready for me. And it was labeled head and hands and legs. So I thought, well, I'll go with this. It's yellow. It matched the skin. So,
yeah. So it's interesting though, with the limited colors, you chose yellow, which actually became the traditional minifigure head color.
I didn't. That just dawned on me literally this week, and I'm thinking, oh, and part of me was thinking, well, I didn't want him to have a white face because he had a white shirt, and he would just be. It would have been just too flat. So I chose yellow. I don't know why. He had blue eyes because we all had blue eyes, and I had 2 blue squares for that. So,
yeah.
So I think one of Jaabo's big questions is the string that was in the kit, the one that you have, Jaabo.
Oh, so I pieced mine together. And I don't know if Lego included the string.
They did have string. I think I saw it on the parts list for the set. There's a parts list someplace, and there was string listed on there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they had there were some other sets that definitely for sure had string. I just wonder if they gave you a big roll of string with this set, because you need a lot of string to make your Dan the Dancing Man.
Yeah, he actually had one of those little turntable pieces.
Yes.
I don't know what they call them. They came in the gear sets. He had that in his waist, so he could twist, because the twist was a dance at the time.
Okay.
So he could actually twist at the waist.
Yeah, I'm looking
That's
for
why
one.
it's called the Dancing Man. Well, what?
So your design was better than the one that they ended up putting in the box, I think.
Yeah, they shrunk him down a little.
Mm-hmm.
So, but hold that thought.
Okay. Yep.
So yours doesn't have string, Joey?
I don't have string for mine, though. You get the striped shirts. Yeah.
I gave him a better haircut.
Oh
Yeah.
And I had to go see, he still twisted the waist.
Okay.
Wow.
I was playing. I'm using the railroad tracks for his legs on this one, though. and the train latches or catches or whatever,
right?
Give it a lot more better articulation. I started to copy it exactly, and I thought, I can't do this. I'm 63 now. I have to improve it. I just can't copy it the way it was. And so I can't even get his head together, and I'm already taking it apart and changing it.
Yeah. That's what Lego's all about.
I know. Or you get down, you go, oh, I need one more. I got to take it apart, get this yellow one further to the outside, put some more white ones on the inside because I have plenty of those, and then get this one. And yeah, you have to go. You know, I don't have to tell you.
Everybody, we always are looking at improvements, even things that we come up with ourselves. We're like, I could have done that better. And I think like some of the sets that I liked from that generation, they would change them or just discontinue them if they didn't work correctly.
Right.
Because I think sometimes back in those days, they didn't really do a lot of product testing. So there are some really bad designs of sets.
Did you ever see that garage door? I have.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that.
Yeah.
When you drive up and the door opens.
Yeah.
I only just got a garage door 2 years ago.
Oh,
a big one.
Yeah. Oh, in your own house, the real one.
But my little clear weights are not there on the side of it, and one of the plates I've got two of them, but I have a lot of doors and windows. The red ones, I'm missing some parts from I have that ferry boat. The thing
I saw that that was in your stack of sets.
I've got. Some of those parts are separated out, but I've got the boxes in here, and I've got some of the instructions. I have the Model A car. I've got that box.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. That is one of the more detailed.
That is really detailed.
For the time period, it's pretty detailed.
So I finally put someone in it to drive it. So that's somebody from Hans Christian Andersen over there. I bought a bunch of Lego when COVID started and started driving my friends crazy because I was building Paris skylines and, pop-up books and playing chess with Lego. I have a young man that lives next door. He's 11 and he's a Lego fan too. So we have a Lego connection. So.
That's nice.
So you were, you were 11. So we call that a dark age when you leave and come back. So it's obvious that you've come back. You've had a renaissance. You've come out. So you've probably got your dark age is probably as old as I am. Well, it's not as old as I am. But.
Well, let's see. Hold on. You said you were born
in 69. Yeah.
The year I went to. So I'm 11 years older than you.
Right.
So I'm 63.
So you have a 30-something year dark age there.
Yeah.
So what got you back into it?
COVID. No, really. I'm furloughed and I have to stay home. I'm tired of cleaning the house. You know what? I'll get some of this Lego out and start. Oh, you know what? Let me go online and see what I can find Lego. And I just started buying Lego things. And then the joke was, is it another box of Lego at the front door? Yeah.
So my wife.
Is that your Amazon box?
It's going to be boxes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, boxes. Yes, well, I have a compactor for that. So,
we'll see what happens if you throw. Well, you have some great boxes there, so don't throw your boxes away.
No.
Well, plenty of us regret throwing boxes away.
I have a big cardboard box that this stuff was all packed in the basement, and I'm looking for the box that goes to the deluxe train set. I've got the tray and the bottom box, but I didn't have the sleeve. I couldn't find the sleeve. And then I saw it peeking out of the bottom. I used it in the bottom of the cardboard box to keep the little pieces from falling through the flaps.
Yep.
And sure enough, there it was in the bottom of the box. So I do have it here. It's on the table. This table's a disaster area. Here, hold on.
It's a typical Lego room then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Oh, the 116.
Yeah. But that was, I like that box art. There's another one they changed the box art, but that
They
one.
changed the box. I noticed that because I was looking online and went, that's not the picture on my box. So, so I knew it had to be
older.
Because I think didn't this one come out in like 68 or 69?
Yeah, it came out in 68.
So, yeah, so it was brand new
production for a while.
Because we were there in July. As a matter of fact, the day we walked into the Dude Ranch lobby, everyone was glued to the TV watching them walk on the moon the very first time. So I will never forget where I was or what I was doing when that happened, because you don't forget that. Like I know where I was when Elvis died too. So
you went to the Dude Ranch before the factory tour or after the factory tour?
No, I went to the Dude Ranch. We were there a couple of days, and then we drove up to I want to say Winter Park or Loveland. What here, hold on.
Probably Loveland.
1050 South Broadway, Denver, Colorado, 60217. But yeah, it was like we were 3 days into the trip, maybe couple days, and then we went there, and we were there most of the day. It was fascinating tour. Pete Vandernoot as the general, he was the promotion manager at the time. I actually called him a couple of years ago. He's still alive. And he said,
really?
Yeah. And he asked what I was doing. I said, well, I'm a designer. So,
Wow.
I actually design hair salons and spas, and I do space planning for businesses that are doing salons or spas or barbershop. But I have a love for theatrical set design. So that's
now you can build them out of Lego.
Well, I thought about that, but that would be real expensive. But I thought about it, so I would go with the Duplo box because they're bigger.
Man, so that his idea of doing this contest, I think, was really ingenious at the time.
They wanted to know what the kids were thinking. And what he told me when we were out there, he goes, we had rocket ships and spaceships and laser guns and all the stuff that everybody made. And then he looked at me and said, you made the only puppet entered in the contest.
Uniqueness.
So I went, good.
Lego's still done very few puppets.
Yeah.
I know. Well,
so did you have any idea? Did they tell you that they would use it as a set, or
they did? They said that they were probably going to make it into a kit, but it was 11, a little ADD. It went in one ear and out the other. I didn't think about it. I even saw it on the breakfast table and didn't. It's like, oh well. So you eat those. I don't like those. Give me the Cocoa Krispies.
Wow. So you said your toy store had the boxes of parts. Is this?
Well, they were different than that. They looked like you'd get these little trays. They would be a smaller tray sometimes.
Yep.
And they had I don't have any of them, but they had the plastic 2-dimensional trees that were real flat. Okay. And the windows had come out with the
would they be
the
in
shutters.
Did they have like cellophane or plastic around the boxes?
They had cellophane over. I think they had kind of cellophane over the boxes.
Okay.
As I recall, and it seems to when you opened them, they were opened. You couldn't put them back in the container. It was a one-shot deal. Sort of like the brown box that he came in the mail.
Joey's going to run around the corner.
I think he's got one. He's got one. I don't know if people we find these on eBay. I don't know if people have resealed them with their own shrink wrap. That's what I figured that those were.
We have the technology. I mean, I know how shrink wrap works, but yeah.
Joey's got to go find one. He likes to collect the old parts kits. I have no recollection of seeing those.
Drawers are amazing.
When I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. Once you open them,
that's
you're done.
what they look like.
Yeah.
It was this style. I don't know what you guys were
You
talking
opened
about.
it, and then the cellophane was off of it. You can see what was in it when you
opened it. You couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't put it back once you opened it. Pretty much.
This is a different style box.
Oh,
the milk cup. This thing,
slightly different. It's got a window pane on it.
Yeah. They had two styles.
So, yes, I still have those. Yeah, it's just like you forget about this stuff, though. It comes back. I mean, I can actually kind of picture Tilfords Toy Shop now.
Right. It was Woolsey's Toy Store for me, but that would have been 10 years after.
Right.
You would have been doing it. I've paid probably too much for a few of these, which were just the piece of cardboard that's down in that set.
Oh, really? Just for the
so once you
I saw that online. People are selling the boxes, and it'll say instructions only, or it's just the box. There's no Lego. You're asking that much for that box? I mean, my mom was an antique dealer. I guess I get it, but
you just think about what you said though, as an 11-year-old, and a lot of us still do the same thing with the products that come out today. You discard the box, you discard the packaging, even the instructions. Sometimes you. See,
my mom did teach us. I was older, but she did teach us mint in the box. She used to collect Barbie dolls, and I remember she had this day bed in her front hall, and it had this trundle that pulled out, but instead of a mattress in there, it was Barbie doll and Barbie clothes, all mint in the box, all from the 60s. And after she retired, she just sell off an outfit or two at a time. But see, she was in the dress shop business, so she loved Barbie fashions, and she had all that stuff, and they were all like in the bubble packs, and Fran and all her friends and everybody were there. I mean, we go down and look at them. We didn't take them out of the box, heaven forbid,
Oh.
But so my mom had toys and I had toys.
Who would have thought it would have got to this point now? How collectible it is.
I know, it's crazy. I want to go to Lego House. It looks fascinating. It looks.
I really think we need to figure out, because we don't have like connections with Lego or anything. We're just big fans of it. But to me, you're a person that they should treat you.
Yes.
I think they would be, and I know they don't normally do stuff like that.
Right.
But if you could fly out there, they should give you a tour, because this is.
I was thinking they probably don't even know I really exist. But I saw something on TV recently, and they were doing an expose on Lego, and the same family owns the company, and they have every Lego set they ever made in the archives. And I'm thinking, they'll have my puppet kit. I bet they'll have my puppet kit, but they don't.
We want to go for that very reason, because we believe that there are sets they do not have, and I want to verify what's actually in there.
Well, they said on TV that they had every kit they ever made, and so I thought, well, that's a big room. I'd like to go in it.
It might be every retail set they ever made.
I'd say anything with the name Samsonite on it is not going to be in there, unless
I think
somebody's bought it.
You might be right, because that would have been a little different, I think, because what you were saying earlier, that they were just not sure how to market it.
Yeah, that was how Samsonite ended up with it. Was Lego didn't have a foothold in the United States and really didn't know how to deal with it geographically, politically, the whole retail concept. So they partnered with Samsonite for a 99-year kind of an open-ended contract, and it only lasted to 72. So I don't know that story. That's another story I'd love to have.
Well, there's a story there. If they had that long of a
99-year contract, and it basically got broken in 3 years.
You sound like nasty divorce. No.
Yeah.
Well, we ran across the fact that Lego disappeared from the Sears Wish book for 4 or 5 years around that time. So, I'd say a really nasty divorce. Sears didn't get the kids.
I got 2 Christmas presents today.
Oh, The Art of the Brick. That is a great book.
And then this
one. The Cult of Lego. That's a good one.
So, just came in the mail today.
Yeah.
Early Christmas presents. So I haven't really been able to look at them yet.
Well, welcome to the cult.
Yes. So you were telling me,
I was a little nervous not doing this. I don't know why, but
we don't bite.
Yeah.
So you were telling me
I didn't
before
think you did.
that you actually won this contest twice.
You got another prize.
Did. I entered it. Yes, I entered it the next year, and I came in 8th place. So they sent me some Lego, and Pete sent me another letter, but he personalized it and said, "You did it again, David. And best wishes to you and your family." And so this is the second letter from the next year.
Wow.
Wait, is that he hand signed that?
He hand signed that one, yes. Well, he signed the other one too, but yeah, this one he put a personal note on it.
Nice.
Yeah,
and that year, I called it was I called it the Love Machine, and it was just 2 arches that intersected. But I took my motor from my train set that they gave me, and I put it on its side. I made a cross. And I put 2 guys and 2 girls in Lego and just had them chase each other in and out the arches. And just so happened there was a novel out that year called The Love Machine. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. It was just coincidental. I saw a woman reading the book at the country club pool, and I thought, I'll call my Lego The Love Machine. You know, it's stupid. I was 12 then.
That little risque.
Yes, I actually I took it apart, but I actually found 2 chunks of Lego here. And I went, those were 2 of the dresses, the red and white stripe and the red and black stripe. But I just sorted my Lego and I took them all apart.
Wow. So yeah, when you say you
put still together,
people, those would have been brick built people, not anywhere close to minifigs yet, or maxi figs.
They were everything. Yeah, it was all bricks. Yeah,
built.
Yeah. Yep. So the rounder parts were the gears that I got. So, and there were some little 1 peg round studs that I had. So, but yeah,
wow.
There's so much missing. Now I have a question. You might know what this is. Hold on. I had it here. I have a couple of pieces laying out there. I'm like, what is this?
You got the 2 right guys above you.
Right now, what is this piece?
That goes to the train power pickup for the 12-volt trains.
Oh, so this is part of one of the train sets? I thought it might be, but I wasn't sure. Okay, all right. And then, is this part of a train set too? Is this what?
It's a coupler.
It's a coupler.
It's a coupler, right?
It's made out of nylon.
For trains? Was it for a train?
No, for the trucks.
It was in trucks or trains. The very first Lego train set.
Because I've got like 6 of these or something. I didn't know why I had so many of them. So I thought it was part of the train set.
Yeah. It was relatively, I guess, a common piece then, but it breaks. It's another one of the things with a lot of the old Lego. It breaks with you.
Mine's not broken. Yeah, my blue ones, the Brittle Blues, they're brittle. Yeah.
You've already taught him something.
Yeah, he taught me Brittle Blue. Yeah, I learned brittle. I was taking them apart. And I go, why are these breaking? Because I was trying to give him a fancy belt buckle and and his pant, and they were breaking off. They go back together nicely, but they were still breaking off. But it
doesn't matter how well you took care of them; they'll break.
So well, I took care of them by leaving them in a box in the basement for 55 years or whatever it is. So they got no TLC.
Well, actually, leaving them in the basement was much better than getting
Leaving
them
them
out.
alone.
Oh, I know. They may have been in the attic in Kentucky for a while, but when my parents moved to Florida for full time, that's when they came out of the attic, along with everything else that she had of mine in the attic. So
Here, take this. It goes to your house now.
I have friends that they call me a hoarder, and I'm not a hoarder, but I say I'm hoarder adjacent because my mother, I'm like a shaker compared to what my mother was when she passed away. Her house was, oh my God, so full of stuff. It looked like a Goodwill store in the garage, But yeah, we should have just opened the door. The price tags were still on everything. She was starting to go through things. Like, oh, I bought one of these before. Let me buy it again. I'm like, Mom, stop.
That is a true sign of a collector.
Yeah.
What do you need, Earl? You need one in a box and one to build, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the
The problem, Joey, is you start getting two in the box and you never get the one built.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna be proud of me, Earl.
Yeah.
I have a whole set of polybags from the studios. I have 2 sets, and these are the Coke promotions. And I am 99% convinced myself to go ahead and open up one whole set of them because those minifigs only came in those bags. So
yeah,
you have Lego you haven't opened. I've opened all my Lego. More than one.
You can't see around the corner, but yeah. Well, look, there's a set just on my desk. It's like,
now, see, when I was ordering Lego earlier this year, the box would show up and it would be done the next day.
Oh.
So you were ordering new sets, or you were eBaying for older vintage sets?
Some, mostly newer sets. I don't think many of the things that I bought are vintage sets. I bought I went to Paris 2 years ago, and in the airport, I had euros burning a hole in my pocket at the airport, and I looked up and I went, oh, give me that Paris skyline in Lego. I'll take that, and oh, perfect. And the bag M&Ms, and I was good, I had no more euros in my pocket. And that kind of started it. So, because that was March, and it was like 9 months later, we're in COVID.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking around going, oh, you know what? Let me go in and order the New York City skyline. I've been there, and I'm going to go in and get a bigger Eiffel Tower. No, I had them all sitting up on the mantle, but the mantle it's the mantle out of the house I grew up in, so it's not really attached to the wall, and so because of that, it came down with all the Lego on it. So I haven't put it all back together yet because the French would be very unhappy with what I've done with the tower right now. So that was supposed to come down.
So you apparently like the architecture sets.
I started getting back into when I was getting back into I like the architecture, and I think part of that too is just because I love to draw houses and buildings. I do pen and ink drawings. I've got a degree in art, and but I think with the set design and stuff I was interested in, I just was more amazed at how they would take, this curved black piece is the black facade of this building that we were lost walking around in Paris, and I never saw the building because I didn't look up because it was raining, but I'm like, oh, that's so cool how they do this. And they will run those rods up with the little studs on each side, and then they just put the plates on the side. And I went, oh, this is really smart way to put some stuff together. So it kind of is opening brand new doors for me.
Oh yeah, could you compare to what you were trying to piece together with the old
blocks like cinder blocks, and now all of a sudden, like, oh, this is going to turn into that building. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But we call that studs not on top, right? Because
Yes.
Lego started building, they just built stacks, right?
Yeah.
Your puppet is there anything older, Jaabo, that has studs not on top than that puppet? Everything else was built stacked. The trucks, the trains, the buildings. Could you think of anything? I was trying to
They
look.
would sometimes do the piece sideways, the random single piece sideways.
Yeah.
And there were things in the idea books from that time that used the studs not on top. They had a monorail that was in the idea book. Everything was completely sideways. But as far as an actual sets, I'd have to really.
I mean, I couldn't think of anything. I kind of looked before we started. I was like, is there anything that's, because I mean that is a very unique way of using the wheels to create that sideways build.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from like when you were a kid to now, Lego's almost a completely different toy.
It's a completely different toy. There's like 3 different kinds of Lego. I mean, hello, there was one kind of Lego when I was a kid.
Yeah, before brick.
Yeah, I'm like, I remember when we were touring the factory, I remember talking to one of the designers, and they had these curved, the quarter circle pieces. And I said, you should make arches and stuff so that you can do, building arches. And so I've got my little, well, here, hold on. So they made arches, though, but it was a while later. But they came out with those arch pieces. So shortly after I gave them the idea. So.
What's neat is if building new stuff when you come across new parts.
I love new parts. Yeah.
I'm building the Ghostbuster and the Ecto 1, and there's that 2x2 round cylinder. It's like a half. It's a 1 by. Yeah, it's like cut in half. It's pretty. It's kind of like
a half. It's like an engaged column. It's a half around.
Yeah, it's like a half a column.
Cool.
So
well,
I wonder how much pull the designers have to get a new part made for the set
because injection, it is not cheap to make those molds. I mean, the business I'm in, we would have stuff fabricated and made, and just the mold to make the shampoo bowl, costs $10,000. Just so you can make shampoo bowl. So I was thinking about that. Gosh, we wish we had this special piece. Go to the boss and say, I need this kind of clear blue thing so I can make this really cool set.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's one of my favorite things is when you find a piece and how they use it different ways. Mm-hmm. Like I love it's a little one dot stud. It's like a plate thickness, but it comes to a curved point, and they used them on the buttresses for Notre Dame, but it's also a duck's face over here on my Hans Christian Andersen set. So you have to laugh at that. You go, oh, that's the buttress from the church, but now it's a duck face. So
yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that.
So I don't know if you're still into like the space stuff, like you got to see the actual moon landing, but
I did. I wasn't really. I mean, I like Star Trek and watching that stuff as an adult, but as a kid when it was happening, I was really
a kid
oblivious to it, and that's probably why I didn't do anything space oriented. Because had I done that, I would have just blent into the other 10,000 entries.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just think it was really cool that you're old enough to remember the moon landing and seen it.
So, hold that thought. I have to go get this because my mom gave me an anniversary present 25 years later. So it's something that Tyco made, but you'll appreciate it. Hold on.
Oh, no.
So how long after the moon landing did the moon landing sets come out?
Well, you talking about the old one?
Yeah, the old one.
That was in the mid 70s. I'm not sure the exact years. It's like 74. I think they were done. Oh, you got the Tyco phone.
It's my landline.
Yeah.
And it has a secret drawer you can put your Lego in.
Yeah. I work for a phone company. So
you had a question about that. The bricks that came with it.
Yeah, because I've bought one of those on eBay. So you apparently got a new one. If your mom bought that for you, you probably got that. Did you get that new with the button?
Yeah, I've had it for. Yeah, it came new in a box. Yeah.
Okay, so it would have had little pieces in the door. I don't know what pieces
there were like 3 or 4. There were like 3 or 4 Lego pieces you could snap in it. Yeah. I don't know where they are now, but the kid next door thinks I built that. I'm like, I didn't build that.
You can tell them you did. Hey, look what's
there. It is.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yep. That's
it's
yours.
Actually plugged into the phone line.
I love that. I mean, mine still works. It's just I don't have a landline anymore. So
nobody does.
Yeah.
Just the phone guy.
Yeah, just the phone guy. Yeah.
Just the phone guy. But yeah, I thought, well, that was kind of a cool anniversary present.
Nice.
Yep.
So she goes, do you remember what you were doing 25 years ago? I said, watching them land on the moon while we were at Beaver's Guest Ranch. Of course, I remember.
So how big a deal was it for your parents to win this? I mean, this was pretty big honor.
They were ecstatic. I mean, hello. There were 5 kids. There were the 2 big boys and the 3 little boys. I was part of the 3 little boys. And so the 2 big boys were, they were in school, but the 3 little boys, we went on vacation. So we took that whopping $100 spending money and took my little brother, but we took him in. But like, I think, I mean, that we had a rental car. They covered our airfare there. I even have a letter from Continental Airlines about the ticket arrangement. The people at Beaver's Guest Ranch, I have a letter from them saying, let us know when you want to come out here. We'll get you booked. So, I mean, she kept everything.
Wow. That is awesome. Lego, if you're listening, you need to contact this guy. You know how to get a hold of Jaabo because you know how to take his pictures off the YouTube. So.
That's my claim to fame. Lego used my picture on their product design video.
Oh, that's
unknowingly.
Oh, they don't even know it.
No, they didn't know they did.
They probably do now.
They're still waiting for the copyright strike.
Yeah.
They'll know every day as they open their emails thinking, ooh, we survived another day.
Survived another one. Well, we usually do a little thing about this time where we go through our comments from our previous, unless somebody's got something else we want to talk about, and I didn't put them in the notes.
You have one. Yeah, that's okay. You have one in the notes. Is that one from another one?
It came in on the last video after we shot the next. It was like after we did those or for the last show.
Okay. Well, before we get to the comments, I'm gonna remind you of one thing.
Okay.
Just to show you how popular we're becoming. You have a note that when you looked for the set 585.
Yes.
You couldn't find it, or you were having trouble finding it on eBay.
Yes.
But now we are broadcast. You've done the haul, and they're flooded on
all
eBay.
over eBay.
Like, I did it before we come on. There's 10 copies with boxes or instructions. Now, I don't think that's because of us, but I do think it's because of eBay's. I don't know. Maybe it is, but eBay's. I don't know. There were 2, and I think I ended up getting it. I think I paid more than what some of the sets are on there now for. So.
I almost bought one, even though I already got it.
Do you need the box? Is that what?
I need the 370.
I was looking for that puppet set. I mean, I've been looking for it. That's part of why I was Googling it the other day. Well, I was Googling. I was trying to find that 005 set.
Oh,
yes.
Probably won't. Yeah. I mean, because most people don't even know they have it because there was no box, really.
Yeah.
And the pieces have been married into the sets, I'm sure.
Yeah. And people will have that box and they won't know what it is.
But it would be cool to have.
Yeah, there's the. Oh, it froze again.
They cut out the mail-in offer.
Yeah. Yeah, I've lost the mail-in.
So from a couple, I guess this is from a couple back. Andrew S. says, I haven't had much time to watch videos lately between work increasing after the new fiscal year. New video games that just came out that I'm playing, and Thanksgiving, it's hard enough to keep up with the new Bricktsar video every day. I always watch these podcasts, but it might be a few days later, and I will watch them in parts. I really like the bar that shows what is being talked about at that point. When I have time, I watch other Brick Trains videos, and I'm currently about a month behind. Well, you could get a month behind in one day, but Joey.
You never know. I really like what you did, though, putting the timestamp.
I'm like 35 years bumping.
That's just Jaabo's channel.
Yeah.
I don't know what I do anymore.
The chapters was something I ran across. I don't remember who I seen doing it. And
the first one has to be 000.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then after that, it just kind of follows through. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so from our last one, Blockhead UK, can you show the set you were talking about on the screen in the future, please? It's a bit of a pain trying to see it on another device while watching this in your comments.
So he doesn't want us to be lazy anymore.
Yeah, we'll do better.
We're lazy.
I'll draw a picture of it for them.
You could draw a picture of
yours.
yourself.
David here because he was more prepared. He was actually showing stuff.
Yeah. So, well, they'll enjoy this one because you shared a lot of pictures.
Yes.
Brichtsar says the puppet exists now.
I forgot why I said that. It had to be something we said in the episode.
Yeah, we must have said something.
Joshua Leichtenberg, I think that's right, Leichtenberg. Thanks for all the great content. I really enjoyed every episode, and Jaabo's reaction to having info before Gary Istok was priceless. That was.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my claim to fame then is knowing something that Gary Istok did not know and having a 2x4 brick that Max Cross didn't have.
Yep.
I don't think we can answer this one. Shane McQueen says, why can I only find your channel on YouTube on my phone and no other devices? Brick Trains.
I don't know.
He doesn't know how to save.
thorakvideos, fantastic podcast. Really enjoyed this one. Thank you very much.
Yep.
NordicBrick, the more ads they use, the more people start using ad block. I think it's because they want people to subscribe to premium.
I think you're right.
That's what I think it is.
They keep asking me to do that.
Me too. Dude Jude 20 says, a good one, guys. 2 hints. I was born in 71, so between 71 and 78. It's not a train. Keep up the good work.
And I put it in my notes. I think I got it.
You got it?
I think so.
What is it?
David, for a minute. Is it my note? I don't have my notes in front of me.
Oh, wait. What did I do with it? Oh, let's see. What do you have?
Is it at the top of the notes?
I think it was down in the comments with that leftover comment.
Nope. Oh, 404.
404. Dude, Jude, hang on.
Oh, that one is yellow and black. Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, let's share it. We have to
I'm
share
going, yeah.
We got to share the picture. Kaz get mad at us.
Yeah.
I know it. And I'm going to share a Bricklink.
Oh,
That's yellow and black.
See, if they had this one, David, you wouldn't have to paint your picture.
No. Yeah. Hello. I had a lot of them. Yeah. That would have been great. I didn't have that set.
Yeah. It's amazing what we take for granted today, but yeah, in the 60s, yellow wasn't as common, nor was green or gray.
Right. No gray.
Yeah, I had a few gray pieces. The plates for my train.
Yeah, usually the plates. They had plates, but no bricks.
But yeah, mostly basic color.
Mm-hmm.
The,
Well, in the
the
70s,
colors
yellow
are
be-
amazing that are out now. It's just
Mhm.
amazing.
the yellow became more redundant in the 70s, and then that's why they made the Castle yellow, because they didn't have gray bricks.
They
in the
didn't
budget.
want to make it gray. Yeah.
Yeah. Scooter 623 says, "Hey Jaabo."
Hey. Hey, Scooter.
Okay, the Nightdriver. So if Lego used
The
illegal,
Night Rider?
Nightdriver.
Oh, Nightdriver.
If Lego used illegal building techniques in so many older sets, why are those construction methods now considered illegal? And I consider myself a AFoOL, a Canadian fan of old Lego,
Canadian.
or alternatively an AFoOL, OFOL, OFOL, OFOOL. Not old fan of all Lego. That's got to be foul. OFOL. Awful.
There.
I think the reason that they call these illegal builds is because it stressed the parts, the
Mhm.
plastic. And
Oh, got it. So it didn't really snap together the way it's supposed to, and they.
Your part would end up either breaking at some point. Or
I can do
wearing.
that with some of my blue ones now.
They still have not fixed that blue dye problem.
nope.
And they've actually, it's in what red is the brick red? What red?
Dark red, reddish brown, but mostly dark red and blue.
Yep.
Has had problems, and it's over age. It usually doesn't manifest itself until, so we won't know. Like pieces that are out today, we won't know for 10 or 15 years if they're going to still be good. But those pieces in the 80s, a lot of those are still good in the various colors. So whatever they were doing in the 80s, they make the bricks.
Yep.
I wonder if they have two different colors of red. I've noticed that my reds are two different shades. There's a lighter red and then the darker red.
Are you talking about your older ones?
Yeah, your older ones will probably cellulose acetate and ABS.
Yeah. That's why they look different. Plus, the quality wasn't as good. Well, this has been a very enjoyable episode for us. We hope it was for you as well. We really appreciate David S.S. Davis for joining us, sharing this Lego history from 1969, a really awesome experience that he and his family got to experience then, and they're sharing it with us now. So thank you, David, for joining us. Thank you, Joey, for hosting this podcast. Thank you, Earl, as always. And thank you again for watching the AFoOL podcast. Be sure to subscribe. We're found on YouTube and where most podcasting services are. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye all.
See you guys.
Bye.